Ladies and gentlemen.
Shell of egg.
Hey guys, it's G. Welcome back to my channel. This week I am bringing you a Trader Joe's haul and favorites. So in front of me, I'm sure you guys can see some of the stuff around. I have everything that I bought at Trader Joe's this week, as well as some other things that I keep around and I always have in my pantry because I absolutely love the products. Now, let me tell you, if you don't know already, I love Trader Joe's. I don't know where Trader Joe's even is. I know it's on the East Coast. I think it's in California too. But the point is, if there is a Trader Joe's near you, you should probably go. This is not a sponsored video. I just absolutely love Trader Joe's, and I always feel like their prices are something that are consistent. I currently live in New York City and have seen no inflation in comparison to other places, whereas a lot of times in New York, prices are jacked up just because it's New York City. But for now, let's get to some of my favorite products. So these are the Trader Joe's Carrot and Bee vegetable patties, so you guys can see. So I bought these as well as the cauliflower and broccoli vegetable patties, mainly because they were only 100 calories for one burger, but they also were very low in ingredients. And I've almost made my way through the carrot and pea ones, and honestly they taste like what you would expect. They taste like vegetables. There's no hiding the veggie burger in these are very much just vegetables, but I do like them for what they are. I am always impressed with how few ingredients a lot of things at Trader Joe's have. I guess how a lot of Trader Joe's products have few ingredients, and this is just another great example of them. I've tried a lot of their other veggie burgers too, but I was looking for something that had less calories and less ingredients this time, mainly because I was really craving just like a big burger with like all the fixings. So I figured if my base was a little bit healthier, then I could add more of what I liked. For whatever reason, I love peas. I don't know why I like peas so much, but I guess it's because they're kind of like spinach. They're really easy to add into any kind of recipe and just like hide them in and like make yourself feel a little bit better about eating. Like whenever I make pasta, I'll add spinach or I'll add peas, so it's like I'm getting more vegetables in even though I'm eating a carb-based meal, which isn't a bad thing because, trust me, I love pasta. But the peas from Trader Joe's, they're organic and imported from Denmark. But I don't know if that's why they are so big. In essence, like every frozen pea that I've bought has always just been like average, like exactly what you would expect. But for whatever reason, these are like just a little bit bigger than what I've bought other places. And I'm just like a lot more satiated and a lot more satisfied, and they seem to feel a lot fresher than other frozen peas that I've bought. I also like their vegetable gyoza. So I don't eat these so often. I have in the past, but they have a lot of sodium in them. I mean, 5 pieces are only 270 calories. So if I'm gonna have them, they're pretty filling. I'll have like 2 or 3 as a side, which is why I keep them around. For frozen fruit, you guys might recognize this. I got some of their wild blueberries, and I honestly bought these because I've always bought frozen blueberries before, but I had never seen frozen wild blueberries. And this might just be me, or like I might have just read this on some fake article, but I'm pretty sure wild blueberries are supposed to have more nutrition or like more antioxidants or something like that. So let me know in the comments below if you guys know if that's true. And I said you might recognize these because I used these in my frozen blueberry lemonade recipe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. So if you haven't checked that video out, be sure to go to my channel and look for that video because I made an awesome recipe with these. Oh, the frozen mashed cauliflower, which I'll show you guys. So I didn't realize at first when I bought it that it had other ingredients than cauliflower in it, which is kind of unusual for me because I usually try to read the back of the ingredients for most things, but I think it's just because I flipped it over and it said there are 4 servings per container and a serving size is 50 calories, which kind of just wins me over as is, because if I ate the whole bag, it would only be 200 calories, which which is, honestly, you get a good amount out of this. It also depends on if you add milk or other things. But in here already, it's cauliflower, skim milk, water, rice flour, half and half, butter, salt, garlic, and white pepper. And let me tell you, this tastes just like mashed potatoes to me. It's definitely going to be a little bit thinner than like very thick mashed potatoes, but it's very satisfying for what it is and for being frozen. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised the like a serving size, which is a cup, which is like a good amount of mashed cauliflower, is only 50 calories with all those ingredients in there. But the good thing is that cauliflower is the first ingredient. So no matter what, I'm sure there is some nutritional value still left in here despite all those other ingredients, because the main ingredient is still cauliflower, which is something I always look out for. Now, this is not a Trader Joe's specific product, but I first discovered it at Trader Joe's. I don't know if you guys have had these before, if you've seen them at other grocery stores. They're this brand. Let me show you. Basically, on the back, I'm literally almost done them. They're little cubes, and so right here is like little crushed up garlic, and they freeze it, and this one is basil, and they put it into these individual cubes, and you can put them in your freezer. I use these all the time when I'm cooking. If you guys have your own gardens, or you have your own herbs, or if you just have a bunch of garlic that you think is gonna go bad, you can do this yourself. You can chop it up and put it in containers and put it in the freezer. My mom definitely does that with pesto. Hold on. Now that my hair is out of my face and it's not bothering me anymore. Yeah, so my mom will make pesto, and then she will put it in containers and put it in the freezer, and she'll take out that little container when she's ready to use it. So it's the same concept, definitely something you guys can do, but I don't have my own garden. One day. But for now, it's worth it. I don't remember how much I paid for, but it was no more than $3, and honestly, I think that's on the high end of what I think I paid. I think I paid closer to like $2 for one of them, which is definitely worth it if you see how many there actually are in here. My last two frozen products are sweet. This is their Gone Berry Crazy, with literally the cutest little bunny on the cover. You can see it. So they, for the longest time, have had chocolate-covered banana pieces, which I went literally crazy for. And then they came out with strawberries covered in chocolate, and these are great, and they're really not that bad for you, and it's something I love having on hand. And another kind of individual treat that I like to have are their coffee mochi. But they come in these little individual containers, and I mean, like a serving I'm pretty sure is 3 of them, but I don't often eat more than one, because if I want something like this, it's like the strawberries. Like, I just want something small and something sweet. So they're really good for me to have around because they just kind of satisfy my sweet tooth. You guys also might remember this from my healthy, refreshing summer treats, as well as the blueberries. This is Trader Joe's Greek yogurt. It's non-fat and it's coconut cream flavor. I'll show you guys. I am not a big yogurt person, but I really like this yogurt. For whatever reason, it's what I want in a yogurt. It's creamy, it has a little bit of flavor, and it's a great base that's not just plain vanilla yogurt. This is my favorite salsa from Trader Joe's. I haven't tried all of their salsas, but this is kind of my go-to for when I just want to satisfy a craving for salsa. So this is the chunky salsa, and it is fat-free. So I really like tofu. I tend to try and use plant-based options or other kind of alternatives for meat sometimes, just because I don't like to eat too much meat. It doesn't always make me feel the best. So I sometimes will turn to tofu, and I've tried a lot of different kinds of tofu. This one is their high-protein, organic, super firm tofu. And I kind of can get lazy with tofu where I don't like to squeeze the water out, which I know you don't have to do, but I like it better when it has less liquid in it. I think it absorbs flavor more, and it can get crispy easier and things like that. So this is their high protein, And I feel like I am more satisfied from it, probably because there is more protein in it, but it also has that already dried out consistency, which is why I think it's high protein. I think it's more concentrated. This is their organic reduced sugar wild blueberry preserves. I tried this on a whim when I made that toast video, and honestly, no, it's still good. For a second I was like, is it still good? I made that video so long ago, but I really like it. It has an interesting flavor. It's not like I wouldn't use it in like a PB&J or anything like that. It's kind of a little more delicate. To be honest, I kind of want to try baking with it. Now this dressing, this is their almond butter turmeric salad dressing. There's lemon juice, ginger, almond butter, turmeric, and black pepper. I really like salad dressing that is creamy, but I don't like to always eat something that's creamy because that kind of defeats the purpose of a salad. If you're going to try and eat healthy, I don't want to put all of these like fatty milk-based ingredients or things in them. And this actually really satisfies that for me. It definitely tastes a good amount like turmeric. So if you don't like the flavor of turmeric, I wouldn't advise it. I also have bought their Dijon mustard. As you can see, I haven't gotten too far in this jar, mainly because literally one granule is so flavorful. It's so strong, and it's something I'm glad that I bought because I think I always forget about, I'm literally just talking about mustard, probably because this is yellow from the turmeric, but I always forget about the flavor of mustard because I feel like I don't eat as many, I don't want to say burgers because I eat veggie burgers. I guess I don't grill, I don't grill chicken or grill meats often, which is what I associate with wanting mustard. So I also in that toast video made mustard mushrooms with this, and that's definitely something, actually I haven't made that in so long. That is where I kind of re-encompassed or rediscovered the mustard flavor. So if you guys really like mustard, it's definitely worth it. I really want to make homemade pretzels, and I think that this would be very, I could probably make some kind of honey mustard out of it, like this, with a little bit of maple syrup, which will be my next product. But I think it would be, it's got a good flavor and something that I was glad that I decided to put into my fridge and kind of have around. So yeah, I also buy the maple syrup. To be honest, I think at the time I just needed maple syrup, and it stuck me through. It's 100% pure maple syrup, which is important to me. I try to buy things that only have maple syrup in it and no artificial sweeteners. I also buy their soy sauce. I just look for anything that's reduced sodium, and honestly in a big bottle because I know I'll go through it. As you can see, I'm almost done. Now this I swear by. This is my second bottle of it. The first lasts me a pretty good amount of time. But this is their sweet chili sauce. To be honest, I don't think I had sweet chili sauce before, or at least I don't think I knew if I had sweet chili sauce before I had the Trader Joe's one, which I'll show you guys up close. And also, before I rant about it, I'm pretty sure it was... Yeah, this was only $1.50, which kind of blew my mind because I feel like they could charge a lot more for it. But it has very few ingredients in it, and it's it reminds me of when you get Chinese takeout and they have sweet and sour sauce. That's what this tastes like to me. I also recently bought matcha green tea from them. I have never had matcha green tea, which to be honest is kind of surprising because I drink green tea pretty regularly, which is why I was going to try it in this video, but I already had green tea today, and I don't think I need more caffeine. But I have not had it before, and I know everyone's really into matcha green tea lattes, so I'm kind of curious to see what the whole hype is about. I'll let you guys know, I'll give you an update whether I like it or not. I'm sure this is not the way I should try matcha green tea because it's unsweetened, it's chilled, but I just want to see if I like the flavor. And I always have a theory, if I like something, it has to taste good cold. It needs to taste good hot and cold for me to kind of give it the stamp of approval. Some people don't believe in that, but for whatever reason, I think if food can have like 2 types of flavors, like a flavor hot and a flavor cold, and still be good, then I think it's like complete. But I'm also like a big leftovers person. I tend to like eating my leftovers cold because it's like I'm not eating leftovers, I'm eating a whole new meal. So I'm pulling that concept with matcha green tea, and I'm gonna try it chilled first and see how I like it. I also buy their broccoli, just pre-cut, pre-washed. I feel like whenever I buy like a big thing of pre-cut broccoli, I always have to like take forever to go through it, and then it'll go bad. So to be honest, I really buy it from Trader Joe's because the bag's a little bit smaller, so I don't really care about the price as much because I know that I'll be able to finish it in enough time before it goes bad. The last 2 refrigerated items are 2 of their pre-cut items. So these are their butternut squash zigzags. I bought these because they really looked like crinkle cut fries, and I have not had crinkle cut fries in such a long time. I have their well-rested herbal tea. It is caffeine free. And this is their 3-seed beet crackers. And for their pasta, I have been loving this brown rice pasta. It is fusilli. You guys can see it's basically done. I have about 2 servings left, maybe 1, depending on how hungry I am. But it really tastes like regular pasta to me. I've had a lot of pasta alternatives, especially the Banza that's made from beans, and I feel like this is a really good gluten-free pasta option. I mean, if you're looking for something with less calories, it's still going to be 200 calories per serving. So that's not going to be the good substitute, but if you're looking for something that's grain-free, it definitely tastes good in comparison to other types of grain-free pastas that I've had. You will have to cook it for a little longer, but if you've ever made Banza, I'm sure you know that you need to cook it at like a weird amount. I'm pretty sure it does say like it says 7 to 10 minutes or till al dente on here. So just watch as you're going while you're cooking it, but I definitely like to keep this around. It is a fan favorite for me. And I just picked up their organic black bean roti. So I was just talking about the Banza. I have only had the Banza as a bean type pasta, and the one thing that I thought was impressive is that there were 14 grams of protein, which is super important for me when I'm eating pasta because I can very easily eat a pound of pasta without even thinking about it. That was my whole childhood. It's just always loving pasta. It's always been one of my favorite foods. So I'm curious to see how much this fills me up in comparison. I'm pretty sure there's only 4 grams of protein in the brown rice pasta. I don't know how much protein is in regular pasta. I imagine it's similar to that. But this really has organic black bean powder. That's it. Or not powder, black bean flour. So I will be sure to let you guys know how this tastes and if it tastes like beans or if it tastes like pasta. And speaking of beans, I also like to get garbanzo beans from Trader Joe's. Now this is empty, but this is the Trader Joe's organic tomatoes. Now, I need to address something. This says tomato sauce, and in my zoodles and chicken parm video, I used the term tomato sauce. And I got a little bit of backlash from it because my family calls what you put on pasta that's made from tomatoes gravy. But my boyfriend calls it tomato sauce. And a lot of my friends call it tomato sauce too, including Trader Joe's, as you guys can see right here. But I slipped up and I called it tomato sauce. And I want to know in the comments below whether you guys call it tomato sauce or whether you guys call it gravy. I'm going to stand in the middle because I don't want to make either party upset. But my point is that I bought this because my mom makes gravy. We all know gravy's the real answer, just so you guys know. But she makes homemade gravy and she'll jar it and she'll give it to me. And I ran out of it and I honestly didn't know what to do. I studied all of the pre-made jars of sauce and Trader Joe's and I looked at them and I was like, I'm not going to be happy with any of these. I'm very picky when it comes to gravy because my parents make it and it's just something I grew up with. So I decided to just buy this because it didn't have many ingredients. I wished it just had tomatoes in it, but it does have sea salt, onion, garlic, and citric acid in here too. But I bought this and then I just used one of these frozen garlic cubes, and I put that in a pan and I used some dry herbs and I mixed it together, and it was a pretty satisfying flavor for not having any real sauce. So if you don't have any on hand, it is a great solution, which reminds me, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm seriously out of gravy and I really could use some more. Feel free to ship it to my apartment, my P.O. box, whatever you want. But yeah, so I thought that this was a good, nice tomato flavor, very plain if that's what you're looking for. Now my last two products that I love from Trader Joe's are this raw almond butter. I just treated myself to this my last trip, and it was $5.99, which I'm sure a lot of you out there, like, you paid $5.99 for anything of this size. If you've ever seen almond butter prices before, I've literally seen almond butter for at least $15, if not more, and I thought that this was good. It has no salt added, it's literally raw almonds. It tastes great, it only has almonds in it, so if you're looking for something with very few ingredients, literally one, and something that still tastes good, it's worth the price, I think. Now my last product is the holy grail of Trader Joe's. Everyone has been going crazy over this, and I completely agree with them. I jumped on board, and this is not my first one of the everything but the bagel seasoning. If you guys have not tried this and you like everything bagels, this is worth it. You can put this on whatever and it's gonna taste great. The common thing that people always say that they like putting it on, which I can agree, is avocado toast or just avocado in general. I lied, I have two more things that have been sitting here that I forgot about. The last one, or second to last one, is the organic sweet unsweetened coconut flakes. These are a little bit expired, and honestly they're just a little bit stale. I still keep them around because I'll tend to put them, like, I like to make energy balls a lot, and when I put them in something, the flavor is still there. I'm probably going to get a new bag soon, but I've had these for a while, and they lasted me a very long time. I like to try and keep unsweetened coconut around because it's a good flavor if you're baking or if you want something different. I also just really like coconut, so it's definitely something I'll gravitate to, especially if I'm like making a smoothie or having something like if I make my banana ice cream, I'll like to put the coconut on top because it's got a good texture to it. Now my real last product is their pecan praline granola. I love pecans. It's probably my favorite nut besides pistachios. And so I found this granola. I swear by it now. It's probably my favorite granola that I've had. It has whole grain oats, pecans, and it's sweetened with maple syrup. The one thing I always have with granola is it's definitely not the best for you, but hey, it tastes good, and at least it's made with oats and pecans. So this is my last product. And so that concludes my super long, super big Trader Joe's haul. If you guys made it this far in the video, I am so glad you stuck around. Really, thank you. It means a lot. But if you haven't already, give my video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and more content every week. And I told you multiple times to comment below for various things. So if you haven't done it already, just comment below from something I said or just that you watched the video. So thanks for sticking around till now, and I will see you guys next week.